everybody. My name is Salmon and I'll be your Bigfoot tonight, and we're going to kick off your Thursday night campfire with the best song to get us excited, led by Rhapsody.
Hey guys, Rhapsody here, and I'm going to teach you guys the 4-H spirit song. So, first things first, repeat after me. I got that 4-H spirit up in my head, up in my head, up in my head. I got that 4-H spirit up in my head, up in my head to stay. Alright, stop repeating. So, we're going to repeat that exact same chorus, but every time we sing a different part. So it's going to be up in my head the first time, then deep in my heart, then here in my hands, and down in my toes, and all over me. And then at the very, very end, after we've done all 5 of those, we're going to go and up in my head, deep in my heart, here in my hands, down in my toes, and all over me, all together. So, without further ado, we're going to put it all together on the count of tree. Over there are some pretty darn trees. I got that 4-H spirit up in my head, up in my head, up in my head. I got that 4-H spirit up in my head, up in my head to stay. I got that 4-H spirit deep in my heart, deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that 4-H spirit deep in my heart, deep in my heart to stay. I got that 4-H spirit here in my hands, here in my hands, here in my hands. I got that 4-H spirit here in my hands, here in my hands to stay. I got that 4-H spirit down in my toes, down in my toes, down in my toes. I got that 4-H spirit down in my toes, down in my toes to stay. I got that 4-H spirit all over me, all over me, all over me. I got that 4-H spirit all over me to stay. I got that 4-H spirit up in my head, deep in my heart, here in my hands. I got that 4-H spirit down in my toes, all over me to stay. 4-H.
You guys hyped now? Thank you, Rhapsody. Now we're going to do a song to get you a little bit more excited called The Grand Old Duke of York. We're going to do a song called The Grand Old Duke of York. So repeat after me. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. Okay, so there are some motions to this song. So when we say up, we're going to stand up. And when we say down, we're going to go down. And when we're halfway up, we're neither up nor down. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the hill, and then he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. Can we do it faster? The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched up the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. Supersonic speed! The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched up the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. 4-H! Woo! I love that song. Gets me so excited. Okay, so now we got Grizzly, who's going to give us a riddle to get us thinking.
I've got a riddle. I've got a riddle. I've got a riddle. So, what is the mummy's favorite music? It's rap. Get it? Rap. Ha 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 ha.
That was a knee slapper. Thank you so much, Grizzly. Now he's going to lead us in his signature song, Bear Hunting. Take it away, Grizzly.
So, can you all repeat after me? I'm going bear hunting, and I'm not afraid. I got my trusty gun and my grizzly by my side. Tree. Look, wait. Hold on. Big old tree. Bear? Are you in there? Nope. I'm going bear hunting, and I'm not afraid. I got my trusty gun and my grizzly by my side. Longwood. Great big old longwood. Bear. Hey, Bear. Are you in there? No. I'm going bear hunting, and I'm not afraid. I got my trusty gun and my grizzly by my side. All the way over. Oh, all the way over. All the way north that way to Holiday Lake. Bear, 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 bear. Are you in there? There, there, there. Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Whew! Whew! That's crazy. He almost got us. He almost got us, man. Oh God, I'm tired.
Alright, so we're going to do a Campfire favorite called Boom Chicka Boom, and it's a repeat after me song. So repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
I said a boom chicka boom.
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 I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
Ratchet style.
Ratchet style.
I said a beef hot links.
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 I said a brat beef kielbasa hot smoked sausage cheddar wurst.
I said a brat beef kielbasa hot smoked cheese cheddar sausage cheese cheddar wurst.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
I said a broom, sweep a broom. I said a broom, sweep a broom. I said a boom, sweep a mopper, sweep a mopper, sweep a broom. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. One more time.
I said, now how do you make sure you're recording on this thing here? I said, hey, get off my porch. I said, what? Uh-huh. Oh, my back. One more time.
I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka, oh my back, chicka rocka, chicka boom. Lord, somebody help me. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, with my pills. One more time.
I said a boom 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 chicka boom boom.
I said a boom 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 chicka boom boom.
I said a boom 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 chicka boom boom.
I said a boom 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 chicka boom boom.
I said a boom, 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 chicka ice, ice, baby.
I said a boom 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 chicka ice ice baby.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No more times.
No more time.
Fight!
All right.
Now we're going to chill out for a little bit and listen to an awesome story by 8-Track.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy A-Track here. I was told to tell you all about a story from when I was a kid. And so I'm going to tell you about the time I went trick-or-treating. So it was me and two of my friends. We were going trick-or-treating. I dressed up as me. I told people my costume was essentially I was a superhero, but my costume was at the cleaners. So that kind of worked. And then my other friend dressed up as John Cena from WWE. And the other friend dressed up as Patrick from SpongeBob. And so we're getting ready to go. I'm a little mad because it's a little rainy outside, a little drizzly, not enough to cancel trick-or-treating, but enough to get on your nerves kind of thing. And so we get to the first house, and my friend dressed up as Patrick was like, yo, watch this. I was like, bro, what you finna do? And so the lady comes to the door. She's like, hey, little kids, here's your candy. And she starts with the John Cena guy, gives him a piece of candy, and then she drops a Reese's cup in my bag, and then my last friend, she gives him a Hershey bar. As soon as the Hershey's hit the bottom of the bag, my friend went, chocolate! 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 And scared the ever-living daylight out of this woman. Bruh, when I tell you I hollered, I screamed. I died. Bruh, I was like, if this is what trick-or-treating gonna be like, I'm here for it. And so we keep going. We hitting houses. And now, real quick, I understand giving apples as a trick-or-treat thing because, apple day keeps the doctor away. But why are you disrespecting me with a banana? Come on now. A banana? Really? That's going to be rotten in a couple days? Anyway, so we hit the last house on the block. And so this house we had heard about before. We seen it, riding bikes or whatever. It was always looked like it was abandoned. But there was a light on the top and was like, well, this house is kind of scary. It might have really good candy. Kid logic, right? And so my friends give me to knock on the door. I'm like, okay. So I knock. I just do a quick little, all right, well, no one's here. Let's go. Let's get. And my friend's like, yo, knock on the door. I said, all right, bet. So I knocked on the door. Knock, and the door said, and flew right open. And I was like, yo, this ain't it. And my friend was like, nah, we going in here now. The door already open. And I'm like, I can't believe I let y'all get me into this. Bet, whatever. So we walk in. And so we look around. It's kind of dark in there. There's only light shining from the top of the stairs. It's kind of lighting the room up. And then I look at my bag, and I'm like, did somebody give me a bag of freaking Hall's cough drops? My friend's like, yo, be quiet. I'm like, nah, I'm mad. Someone gave me a freaking bag of Hall's cough drops. I'm fitting to fight. And then my friend's like, yo, calm down. Come you making too much noise in here? I'm like, nah, this is a problem. And I said, wait a minute. I forgot where I was. I need to calm down. And so we look around. No one is stirred by my ruckus. And so my friends and I decide in our brains, it's a good idea, to find the person who owns the house and let them know, hey, your door was open. And so we go upstairs to where the light is. And then I hear a loud, I said, nope. And so we turn around and we start going out. And next thing you know, a freaking coffin. This coffin was like 8 feet tall, bursts through the freaking wall and starts chasing us. I mean, like, it was hauling. It was going fast as I don't know what. I mean, bouncing up and down, chasing us. And I was like, yo, let's start throwing stuff at it. And so my friend took his John Cena chain off and threw it at it and said, yeah. And then he realized, like, wait a minute, why am I even running? You can't see me. And the coffin kept coming and knocked him over and then chased after us. And then my other friend, he tripped, he fell. I was like, yo, I love you, buddy, but I gotta go. And I kept running, and the car said, doop, 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 picked up speed and car chasing after me faster. I said, bro, this is way too much going on for me. I should have never came out here. I let y'all trick me into this. Now I'm about to die. What's on? What's happening? And so I went in my pocket. I pulled out my freaking cell phone. I threw the cell phone at it. I threw my freaking shoes at it. I took my glasses off. I said, yeah! Threw the glasses at it. And all that stuff said, and the coffin said, and sped up. And next thing I know, the only thing I had left on me after throwing my whole bag of candy was them freaking cough drops. I threw the cough drops at it. The cough drops hit it. And the coughing stopped. Thank you all for listening to my story. Holla holla. Hey Lake. Staff out.
Woo! That campfire was really hot. And 8-track, that was awesome. Can you give us a cool song like SMILE?
Repeat after me. It isn't any trouble. Just to SMILE. Oh, it isn't any trouble. Just to SMILE. Whenever you're in trouble, it will vanish like a bubble. If you only take the trouble, just to SMILE. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. He 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 he. Ha ha ho ho he he. Great job. So we're gonna take all that and we're gonna combine it together, and then we're gonna sing it all the way through, and then we'll sing it all the way through 3 more times. The second time we sing it through, we'll do GRIN grin, and then the third time we sing it through, we're gonna do GI giggle, and the last time we sing it through, we'll do LAUGH. You ready? Great. So we'll do it on the count of cell phone. I need a new cell phone. It isn't any trouble just to SMILE. No, it isn't any trouble just to SMILE. Whenever you're in trouble, it will vanish like a bubble if you only take the trouble just to SMILE. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. He 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 ha ha ho ho he he. It isn't any trouble just to GRI and grin. Oh, it isn't any trouble just to GRI and grin. Whenever you're in trouble, it will vanish like a bubble if you only take the trouble just to GRI and grin. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. He 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 ha ha ho ho he he. It isn't any trouble just a GI giggly. Oh, it isn't any trouble just a GI giggly. Whenever you're in trouble, it will vanish like a bubble if you only take the trouble just a GI giggly. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. He 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 ha ha ho ho he he. Last time. It isn't any trouble just to LAUGH. Oh, it isn't any trouble just to LAUGH. Whenever you're in trouble, it will vanish like a bubble if you only take the trouble just to LAUGH. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. He 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 ha ha ho ho he he. 4-H. Thanks, guys.
Deserves a big 4-H. Now we got appearance by Freak Show, who's gonna tell us a little skitory song about a boy and a girl in a little canoe.
Alright everybody, I'm Freak Show and I'm going to teach you one of my favorite camp songs of all time. I'm going to teach it to you and then I'm going to sing the whole thing through. Feel free to sing it with me, okay? So let's repeat after me song to start with. So repeat after me. A boy and a girl in a little canoe, with the moon shining all around. And as they paddled their paddles, you couldn't even hear a sound. So they talked and they talked till the moon grew dim. He said, you gotta kiss me or get out and swim. So what you gonna do in a little canoe with the moon shining all around? Alright, so here's the fun part. So we're gonna sing that all the way through once. Then we're gonna go back to the beginning. And then when we get to the end where it says moon shining all around, we're gonna say moon shining all boats floating all girls swimming all around. And then at the end we're going to say, get out and swim. Got it? Got it. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. So, on the count of 3, we're going to start singing. 1, 2, 3. A boy and a girl in a little canoe with the moon shining all around. And as they paddled their paddles, you couldn't even hear a sound. So they talked and they talked till the moon grew dim. He said, you gotta kiss me or get out and swim. So what you gonna do in a little canoe with the moon shining all around? Back to the beginning. A boy and a girl in a little canoe with the moon shining all around. And as they paddled their paddles, you couldn't even hear a sound. So they talked and they talked till the moon grew dim. He said, you gotta kiss me or get out and swim. So what you gonna do in a little canoe with the moon shining all boats floating all girls swimming all around? Get out and swim. Let's get a big 4-H. 1, 2, 3, 4-H.
Thank you so much, Freak Show. Thank you for bringing us down a little bit. Now we're going to end Campfire the best way we know how, our tradition of telling a story and singing the songs of taps. And Delta is going to lead that for us. Thank you.
So every Thursday night, we always end our campfires with a very special story. If you didn't know already, Holiday Lake is right down the road from the Appomattox Courthouse. That's where the Civil War ended. The Civil War was a hard-fought battle for everybody that was involved. And on a day kind of like this one, the sun started to go down, the day started to end, and the general was in his tent. So as he's sitting there, he's looking at his war plans, and he's trying to figure out what the next day will hold. He hears in the distance, "Please, I beg of you, can I have one last drink of water?" The general didn't think twice about it. He kept doing what he was doing, and again, he hears, "Please, I beg of you, can I have one last drink of water?" So the general grabs his light, he gets up and starts walking around. He sees all the bodies on the ground, and he walks up to a wounded soldier. He shines a light on the soldier just to see that he's from the opposite side. And as he gets up to walk away, he hears, "Please, I beg of you, can I have one last drink of water?" So out of the kindness of the general's heart, he leans down, flips the soldier over, shines the lights on his face, and sees that it's his one and only son. So the general screams and yells for help. Nobody came, and his son died in his arms that night. So the general went to his higher-ups and asked for a proper burial for his son. They told him no, just because he fought for the other side. But they did give him one thing. They gave him one song, played by one instrument, for his son. You see, the general's son went down to the South in the first place for music school. And as times got tough and the war started, he got pulled into the war. So the general is looking through his son's bag. Everything that he owns is in that bag. And he pulls out a piece of paper with a few music notes on it. And those music notes were written by his son. And he realized that those are the notes that he wanted to have played for his son on the instrument that his son played was the bugle. And those notes and that song is what we know today as the Song of Taps.